Well, on the last videos, or a couple of videos before this one, you had, or I had told you about that I had some battery issues. To get back, they had said at the repair place that they had got it fixed. Picked up the RV, we're about to leave on our trip, and guess what? Plugged in shore power, got everything up and running, wasn't fixed. Was not getting any type of an AC input and was not getting any type of a charge. So, DIY, I got in and started scratching my head, hit the forums, checked with a neighbor of mine, and this is the solution that we came up with. First off, probably something that I should have checked many times before, didn't, and note to our viewers, if you've got batteries, house batteries, and they are not maintenance free, make sure that you're testing your water. Because when I opened up my battery cap, it was actually one battery, which was the interstate battery, was completely bone dry. One of the other ones had the cells showing without water, just a little bit of water in it. And so we took some distilled water and filled those up just to see if the batteries, if we could revive them. We put a charge on it. It's not doing it. The green interstate battery is only putting out 8.2 volts. It's a 12-volt battery. It should be putting out more, just that single battery. So we put a battery charger on it that has a repair mode. I put that on there. It didn't do anything. So, moral of the story, check your water. Make sure you're checking your water. The other thing, and I'm going to replace actually all 4 batteries today. That should solve my problem. Because the batteries weren't holding a charge. I could take and start up the RV and it would actually charge up the batteries, of course, with the alternator. As soon as I turn the RV off, then the battery charge just went completely down. And I don't know how old these batteries are. They were in the coach when I bought them, and for peace of mind, I'm going to go ahead and replace all 4. The other thing that I did, or I've done, is this, and let me get in here so you can see. Okay, right there, there's a fuse. So this goes from our battery daisy chain in and then out to our inverter. I can't tell if that fuse is blown or not, so I went ahead and I'm going to replace that. So I've already put the new one in. This was the old one, and again, I'm going through every scenario that I can. The only thing that we're not replacing that I think is still good is, of course, our inverter. I believe that the inverter is still good. But that would be the next thing. After that, and if I've still got problems, I'm scratching my head again. But I'm really confident that this is going to solve. Now, you'll know if it solves it by the time we get to the end of the video. And you'll know if it doesn't solve it. Because I'll be sitting here scratching my head going, I got no idea. But I wanted to walk you through what we had done, and that way if you're having any problems or you come across that you're having a problem, you can kind of go back to this and reference it on my misfortune. We took our batteries out, so our bay's empty. We'll take those, that way we don't have to pay the $100 core charge when we replace them. But what I did in making sure that I hooked this up correct way on a daisy chain is I took a video. I took pictures first, and then I took a video of what connections look like. Then I took and laid my pigtails for my chain in the way that those would go back onto the batteries. Just make sure that when you're doing this, so you don't screw up and you don't mess up your daisy chain, which is very bad. Possibly could cause a fire with a spark. Just make sure that you have everything documented before you take your batteries out. That way when you put your new batteries in, that all comes together and it's flawless, and you're safe and everything works. that's what I did. You can write it down on paper. I chose to utilize my iPhone and documented it by pictures and video. Anyway, off to the battery store. Let's see if this works. Now we're back from the battery store, and when I say this, and if you already know, don't leave me a comment and laugh at me. I just didn't know. I'm learning. So I had ordered 12-volt batteries. These are not 12-volt batteries. They're 6 volts, which, thank goodness, the store operator brought that to my attention. So we've got our batteries. My neighbor Ben is here, and we kind of worked this out yesterday as to what was going on. We're scratching our head. Neither one of us are electricians. Hell, he's a surveyor and I moved airplanes for a living. So, but I think we've got this down. So we're going to go ahead and hook these batteries up. Like I told you before, make sure that you document before you take the batteries out how they're daisy chained. That way you don't spark and set your motorhome on fire or your RV, because that would be a bad thing. Then you got bigger problems. But we're going to go ahead and install these, and we'll let you know how it turns out. If I come back on and I'm really upset, it lets you know that this didn't solve my issue, but at least we have 4 new batteries in. Okay, so we've got our batteries in. I'm still not showing shore power, and kind of let me show you what I'm talking about. So right now I've got the batteries hooked up. We've got a good charge. All the batteries are, of course, new. So on my control, you can see that we've got the inverter light, our battery light, and then what we're drawing right now, which I don't have really anything on except for the light. Normally when I would have shore power, this LED would light up, which is my AC input, and I'm not getting that. So because I'm not getting that, I'm not getting shore power. One of the things that I tested to see if maybe I had an LED that was out on the panel was I hooked up our microwave. And no, I can turn the microwave on, but of course it pulls so much power, it has to have shore power to run, and it draws down when you turn it on. So I know I'm not getting shore power, so I'm crippled. Does this make it where we can't travel? No, my diesel alternator or diesel turning the diesel on and running the alternator will certainly charge the batteries back up. That's not an issue. Having 4 brand new batteries will help me, because the other batteries they just weren't holding a charge, and so as soon as you turn the diesel off after charging them, then you lost power because they weren't holding a charge. So we're not crippled. Another thing that we can do is when we go to an RV park, and I'm not boondocking, but when we're at an RV park, I can actually run the 110 plug into my surge protector and still run like our TV off of a 110. So that's not a big issue. We're not dead in the water. That's the good thing. So we are T-minus about 2 days before we leave, and we're still got the ongoing issue of the batteries and the charging and what it's running and what it's not running, as I've kind of explained to y'all as we've been going through this process. So I've said it before, I am not an electrician. I should probably learn more. In fact, I had a very expensive lesson today called a mobile RV, which I should have done some time ago. But anyway, called a mobile RV, and very nice guy, Cliff from Hart's RV Repair here in Dallas. He came out and kind of gave me a schooling of what I need to be looking for the next time, or if I were to have this problem again, and what all that entails. We know this, from shore power coming in, we are getting shore power coming in. We're getting that electrical current. We check the relay box. From the relays, we are getting shore power through the relay box, the in, and we're getting it going back out, going to the motor coach. We then came over to the inverter, which we've spent a lot of time with, and I've showed you pictures with, or video with, and that's where our problem lies. It is the inverter. I do have a bad inverter. So what it's doing is it is actually getting power in, but it's not allowing power to go back out and charge. Saving grace. It's a bad inverter, but it is running. It is running my AC, which is a good thing for the time being. It's just not charging the batteries. So what we did is we put a 40 amp battery charger on, and I'll show you that here in just a second, just to make sure that I maintain my batteries. That way, if I'm out, not traveling, but docked, and I'm at a RV place or RV park, or like we'll be at Disney at the fort, I can still run everything, and my batteries are getting charged. So we've kind of put a band-aid on things is what we've done. So this is what we did. This is an IntelliPower. It's 40 amps, and we've got that sitting here, and that's plugged into a 110. And so we've got our leads, and those will go to the batteries. I've got it on a positive and then on a negative on the back, since they're daisy chained. That way, that's going to keep those batteries charged up. I'm going to walk into the coach, and you can probably already hear the air conditioning is on. It's running. Walk you over to the control panel and show you what that's doing. So we've got lights on. There's my control panel. If I come up here, it'll show you that my batteries are being charged. So, for the time being, we got a band-aid put on. We're on our way for a month, and we're going to keep you updated with those videos too. This could be an ongoing saga. I hope not. Hopefully when we get back, he is Cliff from Hearts. He's going to order me a new inverter, and we'll put that on when we get back, and hopefully that fixes all of that, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. Anyway, I hope this helped you out if you're having similar problems, or if you're like me, you just don't know a lot about electricity. I learned a lot over the past 4 or 5 days, and I know this. I need to go get a voltmeter. That way I can check, and I know what my problems are, and I don't have to pay for another expensive electrician lesson or electricity lesson. I can basically tell them what am I getting, what are my my volts coming in, going out, all of that. So, hope this helps you. God bless. Well, the RV is getting a little bit of a makeover today. We've got Sherry out here with Lucky Signs and Designs, and she is actually utilizing our YouTube account that we have access to, and we're putting Kicking It Van Vogt style on the back. Hang on just a second. I'm going to show you what this thing looks like.
About 4 inches off the edge.
Now Sherry's putting this on here. I want to let you know that we will put the description to her website down in the bottom. Guys, go and check her out on anything that you need with design-wise. She is a master. She's done everything for our Jeep Club, which is Brew Crew, and she works miracles. That's the only thing I'll say. Now, once we get this up here, I'll let you see what that looks like, and then I want Sherry on here to show you and tell you what she can do and her website, where she can be reached, and how you can order and get all the really cool things that she has. And it's not just designs and stickers, it is koozies, it is anything that you can think of in marketing your business she can do. So we want to get that cheap shameless plug in for her. Alright YouTube, I'm fixing to give you the finished product. She is smoothing things down. It is amazing. And again, I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Sherry in what she does. Number one, for the Jeep Club, but number two, in just her artistic design and what she can do for your business. Again, we got more coming up with Sherry, so stay tuned. Do not go away from this video. We're going to talk to her for a little bit. Guys, we've got Sherry with us from Lucky Signs and Designs, and she did our amazing backsplash for Kicking It Bambo Style. Sherry, let us know what is it that you do for Kicking It, or not for Kicking It, for Lucky Signs and Designs.
Graphic designer. I've been doing this since 2005. I just like making awesome things for people and see the look on their face when it's actually applied and done. So you can always look me up at Lucky Signs and Designs on Facebook. I also have an Instagram. Not so good at that one, but you can always find me there.
Very cool. Honestly, with a design this big, and I'm sure that's not your biggest design, how long did this take you to do?
Just to put it up, only probably about, what, 30 minutes altogether?
So, as long as they've got artwork, is it take shorter time, or?
Generally, if they have artwork, I always want to make sure that it's going to be readable from a distance and whatnot. At the beginning, when you sent me yours, I knew that from a distance it was not going to be readable, so I added my own little edit to it to make it better.
Which I'm quite happy with, by the way.
So now you can actually read it from
Right.
a distance and you should be good to go. I always want to make sure that everybody is getting what they're trying to pay for.
Very cool. Sherry, thank you so much. I can't even. I'm dumbfounded. Guys, this is amazing in what they did and what Sherry did with the back of the RV, utilizing the YouTube sticker, utilizing our website, and then utilizing our logo. Thank you so much, Sherry. We appreciate it. You can find her with the description behind down below on our website. Guys, please check her out. You won't be disappointed.